Hello, everyone, and welcome back for another Real Review. Once again, I am Matt, and today I'm here to talk to you about the survival thriller true story, A Last Breath. First and foremost, if you haven't already checked out this week is Daredevil week over here at What Real Entertainment, leading into the release of Daredevil Born Again next Tuesday. So please go check out the season 1 review, the season 2 review. Punisher got changed into a full series review, so you can go check that out. It dropped a little earlier today. Tomorrow, Daredevil season 3 review drops, and then Monday, the unboxing video for the Daredevil Born Again Daredevil mask drops as well. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Last Breath, this survival thriller starring Woody Harrelson, Simu Liu, and Finn Cole. First and foremost, I have to say, this movie is a nice brisk, like 1:30 on the dot. And it was very refreshing and strange because I'm like, by the time you're leaving, you're like, oh, it's over. Like, that's it. Like, that's it. Okay. But it is kind of a nice breath of fresh air to not have a drama that's being dragged out, especially when the story itself or the important bits of the story take place in such a quick period of time. Because our story follows Chris Lemons, played by Finn Cole, who is a deep sea diver who has to battle the raging elements to they fix the underground. He fixed the underground pipelines and everything, and he's paired with Duncan Alec, played by Woody Harrelson, and Dave Yusa, played by Simu Liu. And essentially, while working on a routine fix, there's a massive storm going on in the sea up above them in the real world above water, which of course affects the water they're in, and ultimately the ship gets knocked off course, and Chris has his line snapped, and he only has about 15 minutes of air to survive. He gets lost. He has to find his way back to the area in which they were working on. So it will be easy for Dave to come back and find him once they get the ship back on course, and so on and so forth. But again, he only has 15 minutes of oxygen. How fast are they going to be able to do that? And that's really the premise and the hook of Last Breath. And I don't really want to go into more story details because I don't want to spoil what happens. Granted, this is based on a true story, and there is a documentary of the same name about the situation, and you can go check that out also. But overall, I had a lot of fun. I was on the edge of my seat. There are a lot of life and death calls made within this film, but also it's about the human condition and not giving up. And I felt that was kind of refreshing, and we haven't had a lot of great releases this year, but I really just overall had a good, solid, fun time with it. And I wanted to be able to talk about it because the performance Finn Cole gives, while he doesn't have necessarily a lot to do, there's a lot there because he's this young man who is engaged and has this harrowing, life-threatening job. And honestly, the last time I saw Finn Cole, I know people are watching him in Peaky Blinders. The first time I ever saw him was when he played a young John Cena in Fast 9. So it was one of those things where it's like, all right, let's see what he has now that he's getting a moment to act and be himself. And I had an interesting time exploring that with him. But the story really hooks you when it comes to the crew, and the crew has a nice supporting cast featuring Mark Bonner, Joseph Alton, and why am I forgetting? Or Cliff Curtis. I was about to say he's everything. Cliff Curtis, who plays the captain, who's having to make a lot of these life or death calls. But seeing how Woody Harrelson's Duncan and Simu Liu's Dave are handling the situation as the people who are down there with Chris and in charge of trying to help locate him and make sure he's safe and things like that. Just seeing all the different life and death decisions, seeing all how things pan out was a really fun, interesting, quick escape to the movies. If I'm having to give this film a rating, it's a 3.5 out of 5 reels for me. I enjoyed it. There's just not a ton to latch onto, but you have just enough to latch on to keep you engaged and watching the film and just have an interesting, educational, and fun time. But yeah, that is my review on Last Breath. You can check out all my other reviews on this channel, as well as my podcast, Views from Metropolis, which has a new episode dropping tomorrow for Superman 4, A Quest for Peace. And also, you can check out our sister channel, Watt Gaming, where our Twitch streams go to live after the fact. That is run by one of my partners, Taylor Cleek, and that is he does a fantastic job with that, with the clips and the VODs and everything. So go check that out. But also follow our Twitch, which is just twitch.tv/WattReelInt, like it's spelled in the top corner there. And yeah, so signing off, I am Matt. This was another Real Review, and we'll see you next time.